Hey there, Brendan from Bluelight here, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Police Assessment Centre roleplay phase. Now, for the hundreds of clients I've coached and supported over the years, this is the phase that normally freaks them out the most. You're going to have a 5-minute preparation phase where you're going to get some new information about the person that you're going to go and meet, and then you're going to walk into a room where you're going to meet that role player. There's going to be an assessor behind you and maybe someone doing quality assurance behind you. And this conversation is going to be unlike any conversation you've ever had in your life. I can absolutely promise you that. Forget all of this business that the College of Policing tell you about. Just be yourself and act naturally. You're going to go into a scenario where you're going to roll out a customer services officer in a shopping centre that doesn't exist, with role players who've got about 15 to 20 lines who are going to deliver those lines in a way that you've never had experience of before in any conversation in your life. So we need to get you ready for that. And one of the ways I try and get people ready for it is by doing practice role plays with them. So I'm really pleased to announce that on my online course there's a brand new role play going on there. This one is an absolute corker, folks. It's called Barnes. The Barnes role play has been designed to really push you to ensure that you ask the right questions, because if you don't ask the right questions in the right way, in the right structured format, you are not going to be able to unlock this role play. Because one of the things I find in my seminars is that people just don't ask good enough questions. Unless you've been a police officer in a previous life, it's not something you would have had experience of. So common mistakes are asking multiple questions all at once, in which case the role player won't know which one to answer, so they'll probably just say something like, I really haven't given it any thought, where they've got some information for you. You just need to ask one question at a time. And too many open questions, sorry, too many closed questions, questions that are just going to get a yes or no response. Whereas in the real world, they get a yes, and the individual that you're speaking to would go on to explain a little bit further. In Westshire Centre world, you're just going to get a yes or a no, and it's going to seem really strange. So I've got to get you used to asking really good questions. This part should take about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes of your 5 minutes, because this is the part where you're really going to demonstrate some outstanding skills. Now, on my course, I give an example set of questions that you can ask. Actually, just about every question you could ever ask of any scenario that you're going to come across at the Westshire Centre. I also provide a list of possible solutions for just about every scenario you could possibly come across. And those solutions, for me, need to involve some enforcement. And that's what most people opt for, some enforcement. They're going to get their security officers to do something. But a little bit more than that, they want police officers who can also be innovative, be creative. That's part of the openness to change. So I also ask my clients to consider how they are going to put in place actions to prevent the matter reoccurring again. And also the last part is advocacy. What are you going to do to ensure that the role player is really happy with the level of service that you've provided? And I give some examples about how you can do that. But the only way you're really going to learn this, I mean, you can read my documents, you can repeat the questions out loud, but the only way you're really going to ensure that you're confident on the day, you're going to absolutely nail these role plays, is to practice. So I'm really pleased to be able to announce that this week I'm putting a brand new role play on my online course. This one is called Barnes, and it's an absolute killer, folks. This is probably one of the hardest role plays you're ever going to come across. Because the role player is just not going to cooperate with you in the way you'd like them to. I'm not going to give away too much, but their demeanour is something that could put you off unless you recognise that it's just a game and they're just role playing for you. Now, in Barnes, you're going to meet the owner of Barnes Emporium. He or she, Alex Barnes, has owned Barnes Emporium for 20 years now, and they've rented the location from the shopping centre for that period of time. Now, they've got a problem with antisocial behaviour, and they believe that unless something is done about it now, they're going to be out of business soon. And that's all you know. the Ashridge Centre manager. I use Ashridge as opposed to Westshire because Westshire is a copyrighted term. I can't use that one. So the manager of the operations manager at the Ashridge Centre has asked you to deal with it in any way that you see fit. You've got some information from the local sergeant who's given you some figures in respect of the antisocial behaviour in that particular area. And you've also got a memo from the finance manager at the Ashridge Centre who's telling you that you've got £20,000 which is going to be added to a £100,000 pot that is there and available for residents in the Westshire area to bid into. It's council run, to run activities that are going to enhance the well-being of the area, ensure that people don't get involved in antisocial behaviour. So that's the only information you've been given. You're going to meet Barnes. Barnes has got a load of information to give you. And if you follow my guidance and you ask the right questions, you can unlock it. You can find out exactly the links between Barnes and the finance manager and the sergeant and the memo that's come from the operations manager. If you don't ask good questions, you're going to get absolutely nowhere with this role play. Absolutely nowhere. So the aim of this one is to really push you, really push you to ask good questions. So if you ask those good questions, you will get information that's going to enable you to unlock some really good solutions to the Barnes role play. And you're going to make our owner of the shop, Alex Barnes, very happy. Well, you might not do. In the role lecture instructions, which I'd like to give to one of your friends or loved ones, it gives them instructions about their demeanour. For those of you on my online course, when you get hold of this one, it's going on tomorrow, please don't look at the role lecture instructions. You will not be doing yourself any favours whatsoever. But debrief it with your friend or loved one that you're going to do it with. There's going to be a marking guide as well there. Everything you need to start increasing your confidence to be able to go into these role plays at the assessment centre and do what many of my clients describe as role playing the role players. The amount of clients I get coming out of the assessment centre who've naturally passed, who tell me how during the role plays they got a wry smile off one of the role players or off one of the assessors, as if to say, yeah, you got us there, you absolutely got us there. They're going to absolutely know that you've been coached. No one comes up with CUDSA. No one comes up with the TED-PI structure to delivering questions. No one does 5WH in the sort of structured, simple to complex way that you would be doing. No one does the discipline welfare training triangle. No one does the sort of active listening that you'll be doing. No one delivers the equality policy statement in a way that you will deliver the equality policy statement challenge. They will know you've been coached, but all they can do is give you a really high mark, because all of these techniques are all ones that have been adapted from my 3 decades in the police service, in training, in management, in a variety of different specialist roles. I've taken the best of all of those and wrapped them up into a variety of models that are going to help you absolutely nail it. And if it's an ex-cop that's assessing you, a retired cop or a serving cop, they're going to absolutely know that you're using some of these structured approaches, because in their daily operational world that they're either in or were in, they were using these techniques, especially if they were sergeants or inspectors. So folks, I hope you enjoy Barnes. There it is, all the instructions behind it that will enable you to really develop your skills to be able to deal with these role plays. Don't let anyone tell you at any of these forced briefings that you just need to be yourself. It's real duff information. That can absolutely promise you that. I've coached in excess of 1,500 people into the police in various ways, either one-to-one coaching or online courses or a variety of different guidance and support over the past 4 or 5 years, with a success rate now which is around 94%. So I absolutely know what I'm talking about. Being yourself is the last thing you need to be. You need to be, for the role plays and the written exercise, an outstanding customer services officer at the Westshire Centre. Okay, so there it is. That's the end of my video for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've learnt something from it. If you'd like to know a little bit more about my courses, check out the blurb below there. And they always say this at the end of videos, so I guess I'm going to say it as well. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to put any comments or questions below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. You'll get heads up about any other videos that I put on there. And I hope at some point I'll see you on one of my seminars, or in one of my coaching sessions, or in my secret Facebook group. Everyone who joins one of my courses or services gets to join my secret Facebook group, and at this moment in time I've opened it up to everyone. So if you'd like to join that secret Facebook group, there's now about 470 people on there who are incredibly active at supporting each other through the police recruitment process in a really ethical way. I check on that every day to make sure that they're being ethical, as in they're not giving away the contents of the assessment centre or what happened at their interview. And they're all as good as gold, but incredibly supportive with ideas, with various bits of support. And I know for some of them, they've met up and are starting to do practice sessions with each other. So I'm dead pleased about that. So if you'd like to join that, go to my Facebook page. The blurb on that, if you're watching this on YouTube, is just below. And if you're watching this on Facebook, well, there you go. Just like the page, put a comment below and ask if you can be invited to the secret Facebook group, and I will make it so. So I'll either see you there, see you on one of my seminars, see you on one of my coaching sessions, or if you just want to watch my videos, read my blogs, and then go and nail the assessment centre because you're confident, then that's fantastic news as well. Get a lot of people emailing me to say that I've never heard of them before, but they've heard of me, they've watched my videos, read my blogs, and they passed the assessment centre. I'm absolutely delighted for them that they've been able to do that. But for a lot of people, they need that little bit of support to guarantee that they're going to pass. Like I said, college of policing will tell you just be yourself. No, it's a game, and I'm here to teach you the rules of those games. So I'll see you on one of my sessions, or in the seminar, or on that secret Facebook group. And remember, the key is, it's not reading lots of documentation, it's practice. So get yourself stuck into Barnes, get yourself stuck into all the other exercises I'll give you. That is the only way to nail it. Practice, practice, practice. Okay folks, see you soon.